Hello, hello, best team ever. I just thought I would come at you today with just some greetings to see how you're doing. It is the beginning of the month. It is the beginning of all kinds of excitement. It's the beginning, it's kind of right in the middle of summer. Hello, Erin. Good to see you. Say hi if you're here with me because I can never see. Sometimes I can't see these comments very well. But I was just thinking about how the incentive and how to launch that and how to help all of you earn it. When I was just on this last incentive trip at Disney World, hey girl, hey, there were lots of Scentsy consultants who this was their first incentive trip ever that they'd ever earned. And I just thought how great that is that Scentsy offers an incentive that you don't have to be a superstar director. You don't have to be in it for 20 years. You don't have to know all the things or do all the things. Yes, fall incentive, it is coming. It is time to think about it. So even though right now we're not starting to earn it yet, I super believe that we are. Hey Liz, I think that we are starting to earn it right now because the more that we can get our business running and get that momentum, sometimes it's kind of like starting a fire. It takes a while to gather all the stuff, get it all going, put the little logs on the fire, get the little teeny sticks, and then get it bigger. So then when you need it to roast marshmallows, you just kind of put some more, or when you want to gather around the fire and you need the light and the warmth, you just kind of put some big logs on the fire, but it's already burning. So, but if you start building later, then you might not be able to get it up in time. So that's why I say right now is the beginning of the incentive, even though the points don't necessarily count. It is the transition month. So that means your starter kit is the bumper kit, the double kit, the bonus kit, the whatever you want to call it. It includes extra stuff for the same price. So this is always a great time to help other people decide if they want to join and help them jump on, give it a go. So a lot of people are saying, well, I don't want to sponsor people until August 1st because that's when they will count for the incentive. Or other people are saying, don't join until August 1st because then you can join the incentive with me. Where I say, get them on right now as soon as you can, because again, you're gathering all of your little kindling. So even though you might not get that 1,000 points for having them join this month, they will already be in there. So it will help you get closer to your promotion next month, which will give you even more points. And hopefully that'll get your fire burning to where you're gathering 1 or 2 or 3 this month. But next month you could bring in 4 or 5 or 6 because again, that fire is already burning. So never put off for tomorrow what you could have today, because you never know what will come up in their life. They'll change. They will change their mind. That something else will come up. The fear and doubt will creep in. If somebody is wanting to join, or if you're going to give them the join message or say, hey, come join our fire and let's build our campfires together, do it now. It's always the best time to do it now. And then, like I said, we'll worry about points next month. But again, another something to think about for you as well as your team members. They're usually, in the past, in the last couple of years, they've given us paid at title consecutive points as well. So if you're paid at your title for 5 out of the 6 months, then you get an extra, I don't know, however many points towards your point. Sorry, I keep getting messages. So help everybody get to lead this month because that only counts at lead. That doesn't count at certified. So you get points for that promotion to lead if you wait until August 1st. But if you get your team, or if you decide to certify or star or superstar or director or whatever now, you'll miss out on those points later, but you will have the higher paid at title points as well as the higher consecutive paid at title points as well. So again, build that momentum now so that you can be all ready for next month. Yes, and I can't exclaim to you just how cool those Scentsy incentives are. We have been on a million trips with Scentsy, and sometimes we've opted out to just take SFR, where they pay for my flight and my food and my registration and my hotel and all the stuff. Sorry, I just read that. And it's amazing because we just chose because things didn't work out with kids or schedules or whatever. So I just opted out and just took the incentive trip. So, I mean the SFR trip. And that's cool as well. That's amazing. So, yeah. What if I don't get to star again? Will I get points for staying at lead? You will get points at that. Let's say you get 250 points for lead. I'm just totally making these numbers up. I don't remember. You get 250 points for being paid at lead. You get 500 points for being paid at star. You get 750 for being paid at superstar. You get 1,000 for being paid at director. Just again, assuming. You would get those points for being paid at that level, at that rank, but you wouldn't get your own paid at title. Oh gosh, now I'm getting myself all confused. You have to be paid at your title. So you'll get points for the rank that you're paid at for that month, but for you to be paid at title, that means paid at the highest title you've ever been. So if you're a star, you'll start out saying, okay, you'll get points for being paid at star, as well as if you get those 5 months in a row or 6, or if you promote higher than star, then you'll get those consistency paid at title points in addition to your paid at rank for the month. So Liz, if you join it going into this in August as a star, and then in August, you're paid as a star. In September, you drop down to be paid at lead. But then the rest of the time you're paid at star. That's fine. That's 5 out of the 6 months. But you wouldn't get it for that month. Or if you fall down to only being paid at lead for 2 months, then you would forfeit that extra 1,000 points or whatever it is that they're going to give you. So again, all of these things are designed not to make it hard. Oh, you will totally get star again. Don't even worry about it, Liz. Every single month builds on each other. This is a growth month because, again, it's the Amazing Starter Kit month. This is a great month for everybody to start sponsoring and for people to want to join because they get to be all prepared for next month for earning incentive themselves, so they might want to join, or even just for the double kit, they'll be all ready to go. So you'll be able to start building your team so that not everybody will have to hustle quite as much to get that same volume. Or it's the sale month, so it's a great time for sales because everybody wants to stock up before things are gone and while things are on sale. So July is usually a nice, good, big month with the sale as well. So so much of it is mindset. And if you say, I don't think I'll get star again, then guess what? You most likely won't. But if you say, I don't really know how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to be paid at star again this month, then that's a fun goal for you to go to. And that brings me to my keys. I've been thinking about, so it took me 4 years. I was a consultant for 4 years before I ever earned my first incentive trip. So if you're at 3 years and you're like, oh man, I'm washed up, I'm a has-been, I never did this, it's too late. It's not too late. If you're 5 years in, if you're 20 years in, whatever, it's never too late to start and to figure it out. And for me, a lot of that was a lot of the head work, figuring out how to connect this with my actions. So I've been thinking about it, and I've been thinking about the ways that I make goals. So one of my favorite ways to make goals is this action plan worksheet that's in our workstation. The thing I like about it is I can see where I am currently, where I need to get to, and then help break it down to those action steps along the way. So basically, what's the gap? So Liz, if your action plan is that you want to be paid at star this month, or even that you want to promote to superstar, you see where you are, how much PRV you're usually doing, how big your team is, what your team volume usually is, and what's the gap between either being consistently paid at star or bumping up to that next level or director or whatever. So you break those down into focus statements, what you're going to, your strategies for getting there, and then the action plan, the steps or the tactics, the things that you're going to do on a daily or a weekly basis. Yes, Debbie, she says you earned every incentive except for one. When you say you aren't going to, you won't. Mindset will get you what you want. That's so true. Thanks for that, Debbie. Like I said, I figured that out a little late in the game, but once I did, like I said, guys, I haven't missed one, not a summer or a fall incentive since they started. And I'm not a rock star. I just think that some of these things that we figure out, the little teeny tweaks. I remember being in my first SFR in Boise, Idaho. It was in 2008. And I was sitting there and they announced the incentive for Canada. It was for Banff, Canada. And I've never been to Banff. I've heard it's gorgeous, and I just got all excited and I was like, yes, I felt it in my heart. I knew I was going to get that incentive. I could see myself in Canada and I was gonna do it. And I worked really hard and I hustled more than I ever hustled, and I grew my team. I even got a promotion. I mean, I think I was starting out as a lead consultant at that SFR. I'd been a consultant for, I don't know, a handful of months. And guess what, guys? I didn't get it. It's because I didn't know how to break it down. I didn't know how to make my action plan and see what it was going to be. But like I said, right now what we're doing is we're gathering the kindling and we're getting ready to build that fire, and we're starting the fire. And that is what happens up here. You envision, and that's what I put in my post this morning, just about how you decide you're going to do it. You decide you want it. A lot of that is literally just committing to yourself and saying, this is going to be hard work. Am I deciding that I want it? Am I willing to put in the work to say, yeah, I'm going to go for it? But like I said, it can't just be hard work, because I did that and I didn't earn my incentive because it wasn't the right focused work. I wasn't growing enough. I was just selling my little heart out, and I wasn't growing my team yet. I hadn't figured out how to do that very well and very effectively. So, so again, decide that you want it, and then figure out, envision yourself earning that incentive trip. They'll tell us where it is at SFR and when. And then again, just like picture yourself, if it's a cruise, picture yourself on that cruise ship. Get pictures of where it's gonna go to and look and impose yourself in those locations. Or if it's like at Disney World, like imagine yourself walking into Disney World on that incentive trip. Like I said, it's so much that's in your mind. If you can create it, and if you can see, it's like Walt Disney said, if you can dream it, you can do it. The first step is you literally have to dream it. You have to see it first, so then you kind of create it in your mind, and then your mind is like, oh, that's where you want to go. Then it helps you get there. And then you make a plan, because again, you can't just say, I just want it, and then go. Because remember, that was my problem, is I wanted it really bad, but I didn't have a plan that was working. And that's the part where I can help with later, or even now, or whatever, once we get the points, or once we know. But we know in general, the purpose of a trip is to help you do all the business things that will help you grow your business. And then the trip is a bonus, because then it's like, oh yay, that helps me push a little harder to grow my business even more. But the things that earn the incentive trip are the things that help you anyway. So things like sales, sponsoring, recruiting, like recruiting yourself as well as sponsoring and helping them grow, getting your own personal promotion, being paid at title, all the things that create this nice, strong business, which will bring you to your dreams, your real life dreams. Whether or not you earn this incentive or not, that's good, and that could maybe change your life. But again, the power is in this business we have that literally lets us live our life on a daily basis like we want to live it. So here are my two key takeaways when I thought about, how do I achieve my goals? How do I dream big? And then how do I put that into action? How do I make sure that I'm still making progress? So here are my two keys that I realized. There are two different types of goals that once you get your mind around that reality that you can do this. It's not just for everybody else. It's not just for the consultants who were in at the beginning. It's not just for the ones at the top. It's not just for the ones who've done it before. It is for you. This trip is for you. You can earn it. You have to believe that. You have to work on that belief. If you're not there yet, figure out how to tell yourself that you are worthy of this trip. You are deserving of this trip. And as long as you're willing to work for it, you will be on that trip, wherever it is. So like I said, a lot of it is mind work to get your head around that first step. Because if you haven't gotten that hurdle over with, and if you can't see yourself on an incentive trip and earning a trip or doing big things with your business, then it won't happen, no matter how much you want. We have to overcome our mind first before then our actions can follow. So again, create it in your mind, and then you'll be able to have the vision and the drive to see. It's kind of like if you're looking up here, I've talked about this before, but if you're looking up here and there's an obstacle that's right here, it's right up to your nose, guess what? I can still see it. So I just got to get up and over that little obstacle. But if I'm just right here and I'm like, oh, I can hardly see that goal anymore. So dream big, envision it, see yourself already up there along the way, and then do it. So the two kinds of goals that I like to make. So I was listening to a podcast this morning. She was talking about the difference between working in your business versus working on your business. And lots of times I super get in this cycle of working in my business, the day-to-day stuff that has to happen, the customers that I already have, keeping them happy, which is great. That's in my business. That's keeping things going. But if I want to take it to a next level and see progress, then I need to work on my business. So, and the two ways that I've been thinking about that work for me for making progress, so I'm making progress on my business, working on my business and not just in my business, is making two different types of goals. One is a results-based goal. And those are kind of hard to make. Those are the big scary ones, like I want to earn a promotion, or I want to even earn an incentive, or I want to, those are results-based. I want the result of something. The reason those are hard is because it's mostly in my court, but it's a little bit requiring other people to either join me or to do their part and get certified, or to help me be active, to help me promote. You know, we've got certain requirements that, yes, we can work our little tails off, and a lot of it is in our court. If you're not gonna be active this month, that's okay. Guess what? My choice is I can sponsor another one. So again, a lot of it is within our control, but it's not all within our control. It's mostly in our control. So those are results-based goals. And a lot of times, those are the kind of goals that we settle in as Scentsy consultants, because we're like, okay, my results-based goal is I want to recruit 2 this month. Well, that's great. But again, that's requiring other people to make that choice in their lives and decide to jump on and do it with you. So those are good goals because, again, those are ones that stretch you. And sometimes you're like, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. Like Liz, you were like, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to be paid at Star again. That's okay. That can be your results-based goal for the month, where you don't really know how it's going to happen, but you start working on that belief that that's what I'm going towards. That's what I'm working towards. That's where I'm going, and that's where I'm going to end up at the end of the month is there. I like to make 30 to 60 day goals so that, again, I'm not just focused on 7-day goals right here in my week, but it helps me kind of, again, work on my business a little bit. So the second one is project-based goals. So that's something that is 100% in my control because that's a project that I want to do. Whether it's revamp my what do you call those, possibility packets and my recruiting packets and send out a certain number of them. That's my project. Or whether it's update my digital whatever assets and redo my story so it's a postcard so I can send it out to people. Again, those are projects that are 100% in my realm of possibility, right? Or it could be something bigger, like I want to increase my onboarding. So when I do have somebody join, I have a system to where I'm not scrambling or redoing everything or trying to figure it out. I'm gonna get set up, and that'll be my project for this 30 to 60 days, depending on how long I want to. That is my project-based goal, of something, again, that's within my control, that I say, okay, here's my big goal is I want to have an onboarding, which is basically just a welcome system in place. And I need to decide what I want to do. I want to decide if I want to make any graphics or any charts, or how I'm going to do that, if I'm going to drip it through Project Broadcast, or if I'm going to put them into a group and have Visibly schedule different posts, or if I'm going to schedule out email through my Flow Desk email sequence, or whatever that wants to look like. Or if I'm literally just going to make up a little checklist for myself and then I'm going to call them and talk about these things every 7 days, whatever it is, that could be my big project-based goal. And then, like I said, you take all those different steps and then you plug them into your calendar so that you can get things done. If you don't really know how to do that, so you need to plug in some time learning how to do that, that's okay. Just schedule it in too. That doesn't mean you're failing. It just means that it's giving you something to aim for. Goals should be fun. Goals should be exciting because, again, think of how great it'll be once that's done. And so those are the things that I've found that help keep all those little twigs going and gathering so that it keeps the fire burning. So I'm not starting all over, as well as I'm not just kind of spinning my wheels and working in my business. I can work on my business so I can see big progress and actual things happening. Even if you're moving slow, what I've found in my life is as long as I'm progressing, as long as it's a little better than it was last month or last year or even 5 years ago or whatever it is, that's progress. And I've changed at least one little thing, and that's forward movement, and that is what will keep you going. Momentum builds momentum, and success begets success. So again, find those little steps that you can do to keep you moving forward so you're not just hamster wheeling in your business. Let's work on our business. So you guys are awesome. Do you guys have any questions about anything while I've got you on here, about goals or how you can achieve stuff, or this action plan worksheet? The leader action plan worksheet is my favorite one because it's all just on one sheet. And again, it helps you plan out what your goal is, your belief statement of I will, whatever, earn the incentive trip, I will be paid at title, I will be whatever. And then you just, again, figure out where that gap is and then what you're going to do to get there. And again, of course, it's like you've seen the steps to success. It's never like step, step, step. It's always like here, blah, 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 and then you end up going up. So that's totally how it is. So if you're like, okay, I take one step forward and then a couple steps back, that's okay. That's totally normal. You're not failing. That's usually how progress is. Erin, I'm having a hard time getting bookings for July, but several for August and September. I'm determined to get them in. Well, that's good. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different ways to get sales and to get in front of people. So if you are front loading your calendar, if you guys don't know what that means like front loading it to where the month is not even here for August, but she already knows how she's going to get her PRV for August. Or you front load the month to where you have things built to the, you put all of your parties or whatever to the beginning of the month, so that if things fall through, you're not frantically trying to make that up by the end of the month to make your goal, because parties fall through, parties aren't as big as you want them to be, you know, things like that. Someone that's going to join doesn't join after all. Things fall through. That's the nature of our crazy, crazy business. And so that's okay. But if you front load it, that kind of ensures success more because, again, you've got more time to pivot and make it happen. Again, with the sponsoring, if you sponsor as many as you can this month and super as many as you can the next month, in August, if you sponsor 10, then they will have more time to get certified by the end of the incentive by January. And that will, again, increase your odds of making sure you hit those goals. Okay, I want to powwow with you for the incentive. Yes. I don't know the best way to do this. I am an open book. I have 13 years of experience of trying things and failing and trying something else and having it work. And, you know, so I am more than happy to be here and help. I don't know if it would be best to make a little group or a group chat or just one-on-one, or if I just say, okay, every Tuesday at 9 in the morning, I'm going to come on, and anybody who wants to Zoom, we can chat and catch up. And, however, we're going to have to figure out what the best format is going to be. But yes, I'm determined to get more of us earning this incentive next year because it was amazing and so powerful. And like I said, I hardly saw any of my old Scentsy friends there. It was a lot of new consultants. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm brand new, I can't earn it, I haven't been here long enough. Nope. It is, or if you're like, I've been here forever, I haven't ever earned one yet, what makes me say I'm going to do it? Rewind this and listen to the beginning of what I said about it starts up here. You have to see it, you have to create it in your mind, and then we can work on actually making that come to pass because you've already created it up here, and then we just make it flow. So again, work on that belief, get all that kindling going, build your teams this month, use the transition starter kit, and just get that momentum going because July is an awesome month. Don't tell yourself July is a slow month, I'm not gonna make this, I'm not gonna have this sales, I can't get any bookings. It's okay to say that, Erin, and to Liz, and say, I'm a little scared about how this is gonna work out this month. It's not really feeling super, I don't have a lot of momentum yet. That's totally good to admit that and to recognize that, but then just say, I wonder how I'm gonna make this work. Just be free to wonder about that in your mind, and then think of some new way. Maybe it's a fundraiser. Maybe it's a little boutique shop, like a little event or a show or something that hasn't been opened up before, but opens up, and then all of a sudden you are able to have the host of it join or something that you just don't know the excitement and the possibilities that this month holds. So dream big, set those goals high, because again, then your mind will help do everything in its power to help get you there because you've already seen it, you've already created it. So you guys are the best. I love you so much. Here's to a great month. You guys really rocked it out of the park for June. Awesome, awesome, awesome job. 2 thumbs up. Congratulations for all your hard work. Again, don't be complacent. Don't just say, oh, July, I'm just going to kind of coast because the incentive doesn't start till August. Or, oh, my kids are all home. It's the middle of summer, so I'm just going to kind of go with it. No, get out there, make those big goals. Figure out what you need to do, even if it's just an action plan for the month, for what you're going to do this month, for how you're going to do there. Create it first so then you can make it happen and then adjust and pivot. Because remember, you have this goal and you think you're going here to here, but it goes here and blah, 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 and then you finally get to your goal. So you guys are awesome. Don't forget, you can lean on me whenever. If you need a chit chat, if you want a powwow, if you want coaching sessions. Again, I have that link. It's one of the announcements. If you want a coaching call, sign up with me. Or if you just want to give me a call, I'm super good with on the fly too. Erin knows that. Or if you have Marco Polo, be my Marco Polo buddy, and we can chat, when you have an idea or a question or a pick me up or whatever, because you guys are awesome. I am here for you. I believe in you. So if you need to borrow a little belief, borrow mine. I see big things in all of you. This literally is possible for any of you. I don't have anything special besides just that I did not quit and I didn't give up. And when things got hard, I tried something else. I'm the queen of try it all and not do anything amazing, but just keep trying. So you guys are awesome. Believe it. If you can dream it, you can do it. And you guys are awesome. So, all right, here's to a great day. Bye.